Just one thing more I wanted to discuss here is, in fact, the use of what I have selected in this case. Yes, sometime we are doing a recrystallization at very low temperature. What happens if we are interested, let's say the temperature is very high and it is not going to crystallize out. So what we do is we can add dry ice. What is dry ice? Anybody have any idea what is dry ice?
Sir, it's CO2
What
in
CO?
solid form.
What CO2? CO2 is a gas.
Sir, solid form में carbon dioxide.
Yes, solid carbon dioxide is in fact called dry ice because it has a temperature which is minus 40, minus 50 approximately degrees Celsius. That is the melting point. So at minus 150, the solid carbon dioxide converts into liquid, in fact. And when it converts into liquid, it instantly converts into gas. So in fact, it sublimes. In other words, because its melting point and boiling point both are very close to each other. So apparently looks like it converting from solid directly into gas because it doesn't have a, doesn't convert into liquid. So this is why it is called dry ice. Normal ice, if you take, it melts on your hand, making your hand wet because water from solid state is converting to liquid. But dry ice or ice, or we say solid carbon dioxide has a minus 50 melting point. So when it melts, it instantly converts into gas state. In other words, it approximately we can say it sublimes. So we add dry ice to the resulting solution. So as a result, the dry ice when reached to the solution, it decreases the temperature of the solution. So when the temperature of solution decreases, the solubility decreases. But normally we doesn't do because after some time the temperature shall again rise. Otherwise, we put this solution in refrigerator. In refrigerator, the temperature is normally 15 or 10 degrees Celsius. But if it is not sufficient, you can put that in the freezer where temperature is minus 10, minus 15 degrees Celsius. So these are the procedures that we can do where we can keep the temperature constant until and unless it is done. The addition of dry ice is also done, but not good crystals being obtained by this procedure. Right, sometime our compound, our analyte is basically it is reacts with the moisture present in the air. We call this reactor or hygroscopic. Hygroscopic means it is loving water, it catch water and it decomposes. So such type of material we carry out in inert atmosphere. The picture which has been just passed, for such purpose we use this. What is happening? This is the inlet of nitrogen. Nitrogen, because why we cannot afford any moisture in this crystallization chamber. All right. So what is happening? This is a drying tube. Just next topic is over drying of the material. We have a anhydrous material present, maybe calcium chloride anhydrous, maybe cuprous chloride anhydrous, or it may be any other dehydrating agent, maybe silica, maybe PCl5, etc. So moisture is coming from here. So inside nitrogen is pushed in, and here it is a bubbler. So through which nitrogen passes through this gas and through this pipe it enters in this pear shaped flask. What is we are having here, these entities present in this case is, this is a paddle which basically stirs this, nitrogen is coming inside, so the moisture or air passes through outside this one. So this is how the cycle runs. Nitrogen comes from here, passes through this chamber and passes out. So this process is done constantly. Initially, this is done with the faster rate, and once this is been done, so all air is out, so the flow of nitrogen is decreased. Now this is called inert atmosphere because nitrogen doesn't react with anything, right? This is why it called inert atmosphere. So no, there is no nitrogen present in this. There is no air present, so the moisture chances are poor. So such type of compound solution that we are interested in to do separate them. So we are doing this one. And what is this? This chamber can be removed and we can remove from here. This can be further connected to the aspirator. Aspirator function is basically we disconnect the supply of this and passes through here very low pressure of nitrogen here, and we connect this condenser with a, in fact, vacuum pump. So which here solvent this motor runs and agitates this. So what shall happen? The solvent shall evaporate and it shall moist, it shall be coming out with the vacuum pump, and so the solubility here shall decrease. When the solvent is removed, concentration shall increase. Concentration increase means solubility shall decrease. So crystallization shall start here. Once crystallization starts, so we stop the pump function. All right. So this is a way how, if our analyte, our compound that we are crystallizing is can react with oxygen or moisture in the air. So this is the way to carry out the crystallization in inert atmosphere. One thing I would like to also present is basically the drawing, how to draw this. Drawing means what? Drawing means basically because when sometime we are using a solvent, so solvent, when crystallization occurs, so we get a solvent. So we filter this out. Some of the crystals are still having solvent molecules present on that. Let's say we are doing crystallization in water methanol. If it is so, so the some of the water may be attached with the crystals. Now, how to remove this water from there? What we do is a dehydrating agent, which removes water from there. Or we say we are drying the crystals. How the crystals are being dried? So for this purpose, we use desiccators. I hope so. That diagram should be here. So desiccators, yes, this is the drying of crystallized materials. So I hope there should be a diagram here of desiccator. If I get how the drawing is being done. This is in fact a rotary to show. No, that is not been given here. I think just enter here a term desiccator. Desiccators are the chamber, or let's me, if I find here, desiccators. No, there's no such match here. Let me see whether I have placed the right. All right, so there is no such match is been observed here. So just see desiccators are very important chambers of glass in which we place anhydrous material. We may use activated charcoal for that. We may use activated silica over there. We may use PCl5, which is a chemical. We may use concentrated sulfuric acid. We may use, there are so many other, let's say, uh, sodium hydroxide pellets. They are also hydrating, they absorbs water on them, very reactive towards water. So these are the few materials, sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide pellets, sulfuric acid concentrated, PCl5, all of these are reacts with water very rapidly. So these materials are, we may have anhydrous material which is reversible, anhydrous calcium chloride may also be used, anhydrous cuprous chloride may also be used. There are so many other drying agents that we use for this purpose. So we place the underneath and there is a porcelain shelf. In this porcelain shelf we place our crystals. So after overnight, we leave it over there. Next day when we come, it is 100% dry. All moisture, water has been evaporated from that. So it leaves the crystals dry in fact. So this is the method how we can get our crystals dry. So I think you are having a class afterwards, 11:15. So I shall finish this off. What we shall do is, so we shall discuss some spectrums like IR spectrum. So by next weekend or next week on till Thursday, I hope all of you shall have complete your IR. So I shall bring out IR spectrums and we shall work on that and I shall explain how to make reverse calculations. All right. And so that shall be the application of the what we are going to see. But till then, you are supposed to keep reading these materials. But I have just covered crystallization up till now in 2 lectures. So previous filtration, solvent extraction, and I hope all of you have already covered this chromatography in analytical chemistry course already. So I am not focusing much on that, but once I get some time, so we shall focus on chromatography as well. But keep studying this one and distillation as well. So distillation, crystallization, I have covered. So we shall cover chromatography as well. So I leave the session open for question if there are any.